Welcome back to our Sproutable Parent Q&A. This question comes from a parent who wants to know what to do when kids start playing doctor, besides freak out. Whenever I have a parent ask me a question like this, I always send them over to Amy Lang and her fantastic company called Birds&Bees&Kids. Amy, what do we do?
One of the hallmarks of childhood is playing doctor. And this is also one of the most uncomfortable moments for most parents. Here's the deal. Children play doctor, explore each other's private body parts because they're curious. So I just wanted to help you understand a little bit about when you should really worry about a child's curiosity, when a child is curious about who's got what parts, or even asking questions about what goes where. And there are certain markers or indicators that you can use to understand, okay, is this typical playing doctor or is this something more worrisome? So the first thing is this. Usually when kids are playing doctor, it's spontaneous. So they're playing another game and it becomes, hey, let's look at each other's privates. It's also mutual. The children agree to play that way. There's no threat or violence or coercion. They're usually really good friends, so they play together a lot. It's not a first or second time play date. It's like a regular bestie coming over to play. It might be a cousin, it might even be a sibling. And then the last thing is that they're having fun. There's no guilt or shame. They're having fun, it's playful. And one of the things you should also know is that usually the kiddos are around the same age. So usually within 2.5 or 3 years maximum age difference. So if you catch your children playing doctor, the first thing you need to understand is that it's probably innocent and curiosity based. So you need to be very careful how you interact with the children and not yell or shame them, because if the behavior is problematic, then they're going to be more inclined to hide the behavior. It'll go underground, and you really need to know if your kids are playing games with other kiddos, because when children play games with privates, it's not safe and it's not okay. And you should say that explicitly. It's not safe and not okay to play games with privates because kids can get hurt. And when you are talking to your child about their private body parts and keeping them safe and not sharing their private body parts, one of the things you need to remember is that when you talk openly about this and when you say very clearly it's not okay or safe to play games with privates, you're protecting them from sexual abuse. When they understand it's not okay to play these games with their friends, if Uncle Creepy or Aunt Creepy wants to play a game with privates, they're going to already know that the rule in your family is that we don't play games with privates, and so they'll be safer. And just a couple other little things. So one of the ways to assess if a child's behavior is truly concerning, and don't get me wrong, you're going to freak out if you catch your kid playing doctor. Of course you are. It's very typical for that to happen. But when to really freak out is if the game or what they're doing is adult-like in any way. So if it looks like adult sexuality in some way, then that's cause for concern. The other way to tell is if after you calm down, like you catch them playing the game and you calm down a little bit, if your adult concern comes down and you're like, okay, this was typical, it was spontaneous, it was mutual, they're good friends, they're having fun, all right, we'll correct the behavior and remind about the rules. If your adult concern stays high, that's another indicator that you need help. So one organization you can reach out to is called RAINN. It's RAINN.org. They are wonderful. You can reach out to them and talk to them about what's happening with your child if you think your child needs help. And another organization that's also wonderful is stopitnow.org. They also can help you out with this sort of thing.
Real moments are learning moments.